The 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And coming right up, we'll see this home squad playing against Baltimore.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
It's that time of the year. Happy holidays, everyone, from 2K Sports as we get set to bring you some mid-season NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. On the floor for Baltimore, Ulis is out there with Mason. Then there's J.J. Barea. Then it's Thomas. And it's Van Vliet in at the four-man position. Here's Barea after the made shot from Zach Randolph. Barea kicks to Thomas. Gets a very good look and converts. Chris, looking at the year so far, teams that made big changes in the offseason starting to develop now some chemistry.
Well, it takes some time, especially if the acquisitions are on the younger side. And this is where great coaching can make all the difference. This is where a great basketball culture in the locker room can make all the difference. It's all about, we say chemistry, chemistry, chemistry. What does that mean? It means trust. It takes time to build trust. It takes time to understand your players and what they like, where to get them the ball, what makes them better. And once you get to that point, it's a liberating feeling because now you feel like, okay, guys, we've gotten through the murky waters. Now we can have some fun. We know who we are. We have an identity. Let's go out and be us.
The shot by Carter, nobody around. Good. And it's Rondo who picks up the assist.
Yeah, and Rondo just working the ball around there. He loves finding his teammates when they're open in the sweet spots.
Mason kicks to Barea. Teardrop shot, and it's good on the layup. Barea's got his first points of the night.
Oh, look at the soft touch on the teardrop.
Rondo looking around. In the corner, Randolph with it. And it's good off the back of the rim and in.
Okay, 4 for 5 from the floor right now. Wasted no time getting this offense rolling.
Ulis passes to Mason. 1:49 left in the first quarter. Here's Thomas. Carter pulls it in. Gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. Outside Rondo. Pass to Brewer. Outside Randolph. Over Thomas. And Zach Randolph, the bucket on the assist by Brewer. 6 points for Zach Randolph.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Mason kicks to Ulis. And the pass to Thomas. Just 5 on the clock. From deep. And Vince Carter pulls it down. Gone 5 of 6 so far from the field to start out the game. Rondo finds Brewer. Mason against Rondo. Passes it to Randolph. Over Mason. That shot off. And Baltimore going the other way now.
And last season, they made short work of this club. 2 games, 2 wins.
Yeah, Greg, it makes sense. I mean, when you look at where they both finished, there's a reason one team was in the playoffs and the other one was on vacation.
Now here is Carter following the miss by Zach Randolph. And good that time. Carter's got 5 points so far. And it's Thomas with the ball. He brings it up for Baltimore. 9-point game. to end the cold streak. And that one released in time, but no good. And so it's the home team. Ahead by 9 is the... And being a smaller player is a challenge, but
I just go in there. I've been doing it since I was...
Thomas brings that fearlessness, Greg. He's always played with a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, and he's got a deep bag of tricks for finishing around bigger players. It's really something to watch.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. Guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
Just playing suffocating defense. That's been the difference here for them.
And really, for the whole first quarter, they've maintained their intensity. Let's see how long they can sustain it.
Zach Randolph is out there with Trevor Booker. And it's Rajon Rondo. Then it's Corey Brewer. And it's Carter in at the small forward position. And for Baltimore, they've got J.J. Barea. Mason is out there with Ulis. Then it's Isaiah Thomas. And it's Van Vliet in at the 4.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Thomas against Carter. Takes a 3. Thomas's shot is off. Thomas gone just 1 of 5 from the field. The 2017-18 season is one that Isaiah Thomas, C. Webb, would rather forget. A lot of struggles and a lot of injuries.
Yeah, a tough season, and especially when you think about the one he had before that. Thomas just never looked comfortable with the teams he was on or in the roles he was asked to play. A lot of that was him still recovering from surgery when you think about it. I mean, I don't think it'll take much for him to get back to that elite scoring status that he once enjoyed.
Baltimore trails by 11. Barea with it. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game.
And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. You know, see, we've spoken before about the skills that were hardest for you to develop. What parts of your game were the easiest to strengthen and fine-tune?
Wow, that's a great question, Kevin. I have to think about that. The easiest. Well, I would say for me it was whatever I was doing well in college, and so that was on the post, on the right block, stealing James Worthy's spin move. And it was easier to get a little bit quicker in that because now I got to see him use it and do it to me. It was easier to have my jump shot start to get in the place that I wanted it to as a rookie. But why? Because I had one of the greatest shooters of all time, Chris Mullin, there to sit and practice with. And so when you have a great shooter and a mentor like him, it's easier because they explain it to you, and then not only do they explain how to do it, they show you through their work ethic. And so for me, it was pretty easy in those areas because I had a great mentor in Chris Mullin.
I love that story. Here's Van Vliet after the made shot from Zach Randolph. Teardrop shot, and they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
Team ball. Great execution on offense. Everyone working together. You wish you could have that on every play.
Now here's Rondo. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Kicks to Brewer. To the middle. Here's Booker. And good off the lead pass that time.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Thomas gets the bucket.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Pass to Carter. Randolph against Barea. Nice shot by Randolph. Randolph's got 12 points in the game.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Barea kicks to Van Vliet. Here's Thomas. It doesn't go in. He's 3 for 9 now and frustrated.
Their stroke has not been what they needed it to be, but looks like they're going to keep going to him.
Mason against Rondo. Here's Booker. Good. And it's Rondo who picks up the assist. He's got 8.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Barea kicks to Thomas. And Baltimore hits again from deep.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Rondo against Mason. Now Rondo. No points in the game yet for him. 6 to shoot. Here's Randolph. Yep, that one goes in there.
Doing what he does best, Randolph, getting after it tonight.
And so it's the home team. But thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, what a performance so far tonight by Zach Randolph. He had 14 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. Coming in on the heels of a whopping performance in their last game, he's had no let-up in that fire here tonight. And, big fella, that's all for now.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. It's been one outstanding game from Zach Randolph.
And I loved in that first half that they were patient, looked for good shots, and knocked them down.
Yeah, and then it wasn't all dunks. I mean, they were squaring up with confidence, and that became contagious.
Rajon Rondo is out there with Brewer. Then there's Carter. Then there's Trevor Booker. And it's Randolph in at the 5 spot. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Dave Yeager. Barea has gotten 2 of his 3 shots to go tonight. Mason against Rondo. He kicks to Randolph. Shoots over Barea. Knocked loose. It's stolen by Barea. And it's going to be out of bounds. Baltimore will retain possession.
And who doesn't love stats? Here are some numbers for Rondo. Averaging 5 points per game, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
Yeah, he hustles, does the little things, just a good complimentary guy who you need on your team.
Now, here's Ulis outside Thomas. 5 on the clock. And the lead is down inside single digits. Thomas got 12.
And that's what IT gives you. I mean, a unique talent. He believes in himself, and he believes in his ability to score inside.
Here's Randolph. He can't get that one to fall.
Man, low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
Sometimes you get a little outside of yourself. You have to be a little more disciplined.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
And Tyler Ulis, the 34th pick in 2016. Greg out of Kentucky, where he set the single-season assist record with 7 a game.
Yeah, and at 5'10", that small stature is obviously a concern. But in his young career, he's shown flashes. But he's going to have to shoot it better if he's going to succeed long term. Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Brewer dishes to Booker. Baltimore with the rebound. They've got the Timberwolves ahead of them next in Minneapolis. And that will be the 4th of the string of 5 played on the road. Van Vliet kicks to Thomas. And it's off from 3-point range. And here we go. Here's Brewer. Good. And a nice assist from Booker.
And Brewer has that road runner-esque speed. Beep, beep. I mean, just coasting all the way to the bucket in transition.
And Baltimore calls time here. Looking at big men around the NBA, which are the best triple threats? Guys who can shoot, drive, and pass out of that screen.
I think of 2. One being Anthony Davis. The fact that he can get his shot, he's so quick, and he's a good post-up player as well and can face the basket. And then DeMarcus Cousins, I don't know if there's a better big man, a better center than when it comes to him. He can take you out on the 3-point line. He can dribble and get a 3. He can take you out on the 3-point line, set a flare screen, catch and shoot the 3. He can get it at the 3-point line, drive you to the hole, get an and one, and then he can take you on the post and just bully and posterize you as well. So I don't think there's one that comes to mind with a better skill set than Boogie Cousins.
And that list is growing. Good on the bucket. Booker's got 12.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Ulis kicks to Mason. Correa, the pass to Ulis. The dish to Thomas. And Fred VanVleet is going to pick up a foul. That's his first foul. Gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Inside. That's good from Randolph on the assist by Rondo. Rondo's got his 7th assist in the game. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Again, the miss by Baltimore.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock.
Just increasing their advantage, and right now they're in a zone on both ends.
Oh, that's why you see them flexing a little bit. They're feeling good about how they've dominated.
Carter against Thomas. Good if it goes. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the home team with a sizable lead. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, it's also called making a good read, understanding where everyone is and taking full advantage. Fantastic.
And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. On the floor for Baltimore, they've got Mason. He's out there with Ulis. J.J. Barea is out there with Isaiah Thomas. And it's VanVleet in at the 4 spot.
Right in his wheelhouse. Randolph putting in work in the paint.
Pass to VanVleet. Kicks it to Mason. Trying his luck deep. Randolph grabs the board. Randolph's got 4 rebounds now tonight to the inside. And it's Rondo in the corner trying to get open as Carter. Rondo gets the bucket.
And every now and then, Rondo will surprise you with the occasional triple, showing it off there with range.
Now, here's Ulis. Now the pass to Barea. Each team has 1 inactive player per night. Would upping that amount, you think, C-Web, of active players on game day change anything at all?
I don't believe so, because the inactive player we're talking about usually is at the bottom of the roster. And so if you look at the next man up theory, that means that the last guy on the bench at that time, it's his time to get that playing time. So I don't think that the inactive players would change anything, because it's still a team sport, and those guys earn their playing time in practice. And so that guy at the end of the bench is still one of the greatest players in the world and can contribute at any time.
And Baltimore calls time here.
And he's been trying to do it all himself, and it's not working. Instead of forcing shots, you got to focus on moving the ball and keeping everybody involved.
About a minute and a half through the 4th quarter now. VanVleet kicks to Barea. VanVleet passes to Ulis. Brewer with the steal. Now here's Rondo. Pass to Brewer. Right side, Randolph. Over Thomas. Randolph can't hit.
The defense is doing just enough to bother him on the jumper.
And Thomas has it in the corner. Again, the miss by Baltimore.
Gets the look he wants and still no luck. Tough night for him.
Rondo kicks to Brewer. C-Web, a big rule change. Defenders have to give jump shooters space to land. Your thoughts on that?
Great. Thank you. Think about if a guy is hot and you can't stop him, you should not be able to embellish with the rules by sliding your foot up under a guy. If we all remember, I believe that San Antonio was up a couple of years ago on Golden State at home in game 1, and Pachulia inadvertently put his foot up under Kawhi Leonard, and Kawhi was injured. You have to give shooters space to come down. You can't be thinking about that on the way down. We don't want players injured or hurt in this game because of a lack of paying attention to detail, and I think this rule really helps it. Defenders have done it for years. It could be viewed as dirty, but I'm glad the NBA did something about it. I'm very happy about it. And check this out. We're going to see a lot of guys knocking down even more threes.
Now here's Porter. Pass to Ulis. He kicks it to Mason. Now here's Ulis, covered by Brewer. To the inside. Shot clock at 5. And finished off by Porter.
Woo, he is so quick off the ground. Porter just gives the defense very little time to react.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Outside Rondo. Brown outside. Over Ulis. Baltimore with the rebound. So the home crowd happy here as they get the victory. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony.
My game, we want it all for keeps. You talking crazy, get